Every night my wife was supposedly praying with our son. One night I heard moaning and discovered her secret. The thing about Ocean Kingdom is that everything still moves. The rides spin, the lights flash, the carousel plays its tinny music box version of songs nobody under 40 remembers. From a distance, especially at night when the bulbs hide the rust and the peeling paint, it almost looks like it did 30 years ago when this place was the crown jewel of the coast. But get close enough. Look at the bolts holding the tilt-a-whirl together, see the duct tape on the bumper cars, smell the mildew in the funhouse, and you realize the whole damn thing is one good storm away from becoming a pile of scrap metal and liability lawsuits. Kinda like my marriage when I think about it. I'm Daniel Harlan. Dan to most people. 52 years old, maintenance supervisor at this glorified junkyard, and apparently the only person in my family who doesn't think I'm a complete waste of oxygen. I spent 12 years in the Army, did 2 tours as a sniper, came home with a bum knee and a habit of counting exits in every room I enter. Now I fix roller coasters and pretend not to notice when my wife looks at me like I'm something she stepped in. It's past midnight, and I'm in the guts of the Serpent's Tail, our big wooden coaster that creaks like a haunted house every time a car goes through the first drop. I've got grease up to my elbows and a flashlight between my teeth, tightening a bolt that's been loose for 3 weeks. My phone buzzes. Text from Lisa, my wife. Don't wake us when you get in. No, be safe. No, see you soon. Just a reminder that my presence is an inconvenience. I finish with the bolt, wipe my hands on my jeans, and head out through the employee gate. The drive home takes 15 minutes through empty streets lined with closed-up tourist shops and bars that open in summer and hibernate the rest of the year. Our house is a Cape Cod special. 2 stories, white siding that needs repainting, a lawn I mow every Sunday while my son Ethan sleeps until noon and my daughter Chloe takes selfies on the porch. The lights are off when I pull into the driveway. I let myself in quietly, leave my boots by the door like Lisa trained me to do years ago, back when she still pretended to care about my comfort instead of just the carpet. The living room smells like the lavender candles Lisa burns during her mindfulness sessions. There's a stack of mail on the coffee table, all addressed to her. A yoga mat rolled up in the corner. An empty wine glass with lipstick on the rim. I'm halfway to the stairs when I hear it. A low sound, muffled, coming from upstairs. I freeze, one hand on the banister. It comes again, definitely from Ethan's room. A voice, female, making a sound that's somewhere between a sigh and something else. My brain does what it's trained to do: assess, calculate, decide. Ethan's 24, old enough to have a girl over, except his girlfriend Jenna lives across town and her car isn't in the driveway. Lisa's car is here. Lisa's always here at night. Another sound, a thump, like furniture shifting, then a laugh. Low, shushed male. Ethan. I should go to bed. I should pretend I didn't hear anything. I should do what I've been doing for months now, maybe years. Keep my head down, fix what's broken, and accept that my role in this family is to be the punchline nobody bothers to set up anymore. But I don't. I move toward the stairs, keeping to the edges where the boards don't creak. 12 years in the service taught me how to move quiet when I need to. I reach the landing, turn left down the hallway. Ethan's door is closed, but there's a sliver of light underneath. The sound comes again. Clearer now. It's moaning, breathy and exaggerated. A woman's voice, Lisa's voice. My hand goes to the doorknob. My pulse is steady, the way it used to get right before a shot. Calm, cold, ready. I turn the handle and push the door open. What I see doesn't make sense for about 2 seconds. Ethan is sitting on his bed, laptop open in front of him, grinning at the screen. Lisa is standing next to him, leaning over his shoulder, pointing at something. They're both fully dressed. There's no one else in the room. And then I see what's on the laptop screen. It's Lisa. On a couch I don't recognize, with a man who's definitely not me. Principal Gregory Keller from the high school where Lisa works as a guidance counselor. 50-something, gray at the temples, wire-rimmed glasses, the kind of guy who shows up to every community event and makes speeches about investing in our youth. On the screen, Lisa is kissing him. His hand is on her thigh. She's moaning, loud and performative, saying something I can't quite make out. The angle is bad, shot from across a room, maybe a phone propped on a table. Ethan rewinds it. "Listen to this part," he says, laughing. "She sounds like a porno actress." Lisa laughs too. "I was laying it on thick. Greg eats that stuff up." "And check this," Ethan says, scrubbing forward. "This is where she starts talking about Dad." On the screen, Lisa pulls back from Keller, breathless. "God, I needed this," she says. "You have no idea what it's like living with someone who thinks a good conversation is explaining the difference between a Phillips head and a flathead." Keller laughs. "You deserve better." "He tells these war stories," Lisa says, rolling her eyes. "The same 5 stories over and over, like anyone cares about what he did 20 years ago in a desert somewhere. He's a glorified janitor now." Ethan howls. She nailed his voice. "Watch. She's about to do the impression." I'm standing in the doorway. Neither of them has noticed me yet. Lisa on the screen leans back, deepens her voice to a stupid growl. "Back in Iraq, we had to—" She doesn't finish, just waves her hand dismissively. "Honestly, Greg, I don't know how much longer I can pretend to listen." "You're a saint," Keller says. "I'm an idiot," Lisa says. "I should have left him years ago." That's when Ethan sees me. His face goes white. "Dad!" Lisa spins around. For half a second, she looks caught. Guilty. Then something clicks behind her eyes, and her expression shifts to something I've seen 100 times. The therapist mask. Calm. Controlled. Concerned. "Daniel," she says. "You're home early." I don't move. I'm still processing. The video, the laughter, the casual cruelty in her voice. "What the hell is this?" I ask. Ethan closes the laptop. "It's nothing. We were just what?" I step into the room. "Just watching a video of Mom screwing her boss? Just laughing at me?" "It's not what you think," Lisa says, and her voice has that smooth, reasonable tone she uses with hysterical teenagers. "You're catastrophizing." Catastrophizing. I taste the word. "That's your move? Therapy talk?" "You're clearly upset," she says. "Let's talk about this in the morning when you've calmed down." "I'm calm." "You don't look calm." Ethan stands up. He's taller than me now, broader in the shoulders, all that gym time paying off. "Dad, you need to back off." "Back off?" I look at him. My son. The kid I taught to ride a bike, to throw a baseball, to change a tire. "You're telling me to back off?" "You're scaring Mom." I laugh. I can't help it. It comes out harsh and wrong. "I'm scaring her. That's rich." "See," Lisa says to Ethan. "This is what I was talking about, the paranoia, the anger issues." "Anger issues." I'm still laughing. "You're screwing your boss, mocking me on camera, showing it to our son like it's a goddamn comedy special, and I've got anger issues?" "You're misinterpreting the situation," Lisa says. "Am I?" I pull out my phone. "Want me to call Keller? Ask him to explain the situation?" "Daniel, don't. Or maybe I'll call your boss." "Oh, wait. He is your boss." Ethan steps between us. "You need to leave, now." I look at my son, really look at him. And I see it. He's not conflicted. He's not uncomfortable. He's on her side, completely. "How long?" I ask. "How long what?" Lisa says. "How long have you been showing him these videos? How long have you two been sitting up here, having your little laugh at Dad's expense?" "It's not like that," Ethan says. "Then what is it like?" Neither of them answers. I turn and walk out. Down the hall. Down the stairs. I grab my keys from the bowl by the door, shove my feet into my boots without tying them. "Daniel!" Lisa calls from the top of the stairs. "Where are you going?" I don't answer. I'm already out the door. I drive back to Ocean Kingdom, park in the employee lot, let myself into the maintenance building. There's a cot in the back office, left over from the days when we had overnight security. I've slept on worse. I lie there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, listening to the wind rattle the chain-link fence outside. My phone buzzes. Text from Ethan. You can't just leave like that. I stare at the message. Consider responding. Decide against it. Another buzz. We need to talk about this like adults. Like adults? I almost laugh again. Instead, I set the phone face down on the desk and close my eyes. Apparently, God had gotten a lot more hands-on since the Old Testament, and my family had gotten a lot more creative with their evening prayers. I should sleep, should let my brain process this, should figure out my next move. But all I can think about is Lisa's voice on that video, the contempt, the ease with which she tore me apart for an audience of one. And Ethan, laughing. Tomorrow, I'll go home. Tomorrow, I'll try to have a rational conversation. Tomorrow, I'll be the bigger person, the way I've always been. Tonight, though. Tonight, I'm just a man who walked in on his own execution and found out the audience was having a great time. My phone buzzes again. I turn it off without looking. In the darkness, Ocean Kingdom settles around me. Somewhere, a ride motor clicks on and off, keeping the mechanisms from freezing up overnight. The sound is rhythmic, almost comforting. I count the ceiling tiles. 48. Same number as the bolts I tightened tonight. Same number of ways I could end this if I wanted to. But I don't. Not yet. Because something else is sitting in the back of my mind, something that caught my attention right before I left. When Ethan closed the laptop, I saw something. Just a flash of the desktop behind the video player, a folder labeled Dad Papers, and another buzz on his phone from someone named Mason. Make sure he signs before he figures it all out. I didn't imagine that. I saw it. Clear as day. Tomorrow I'm going to find out what papers they're talking about. Tomorrow I stop being the punchline. Before we continue, hit the hype button, subscribe, and like the video to help the channel grow. Tell us which city you are from in the comments. We'd love to get to know our audience better. I don't sleep. Not really. I drift in and out, and every time I surface, I'm back in that doorway, watching my wife and son laugh at me on a screen. By the time the sun comes up, I've made a decision. I'm not going home. Not yet. I shower in the maintenance building's bathroom, which smells like industrial cleaner and has water pressure that could strip paint. I put on yesterday's clothes, make coffee in the break room using a machine that probably violates several health codes, and wait for Tommy Griggs to show up. Tommy's been working at Ocean Kingdom longer than I have. He's in his mid-40s, thin as a rail, with forearms like steel cables from 20 years of turning wrenches. He's the kind of guy who minds his own business, keeps his head down, and would probably help you bury a body if you asked nice and brought beer. He walks in at 6:30, sees me sitting at the desk with coffee and stops. "You sleep here?" he asks. Something like that. He pours himself a cup, doesn't ask questions. That's why I like Tommy. We work in silence for a while, running through the morning checklist. Test the safety bars on the gravitron, check the electrical panel on the carousel, replace a burned-out bulb in the arcade. It's not until we're elbow-deep in the motor housing of the log flume that Tommy finally speaks. "You okay, man?" "Peachy. You look like shit." "Thanks." He wipes his hands on a rag, squints at me. "Woman trouble?" I almost laugh. "You could say that." "Wife?" "Wife, son, probably daughter too, but I haven't confirmed that part yet." Tommy nods slowly. "They gang up on you?" "Something like that." "Damn." He spits into the dirt. "That's rough." "Yeah." We go back to work. I'm tightening a belt when Tommy says, "My ex did that. Got the kids on her side, made me out to be the bad guy. Took 2 years and most of my savings to see them again." "How'd you manage?" "Didn't really. They still think I'm an asshole. But at least they talk to me now. He looks over. You planning to lawyer up? I don't know what I'm planning. Well, whatever you do, be smart. Lisa's got friends all over this town. She's good at making people like her. I know. That's part of the problem. We finish with the log flume, move on to the bumper cars. It's mindless work, which is good because my brain is running in circles. I keep thinking about that folder. Dad, papers, and the text. Make sure he signs before he figures it all out. What papers? At lunch, Tommy and I sit on a bench overlooking the boardwalk. The ocean is gray today, choppy. A few joggers pass by, earbuds in, oblivious. I need to ask you something, I say. Shoot. If someone wanted to screw me over, legally, what would they do? Tommy chews his sandwich, thinking. Depends. Divorce? Maybe. Custody? Wait, your kids are adults, right? Yeah. Ethan's 24, Chloe's 27. Then not custody. Money, probably. Assets, house, bank accounts, retirement. He takes another bite. Or they could go after your job. How? Make you look unstable, unsafe, get you fired or forced into early retirement. He glances at me. Why? You think that's what they're doing? I think they're planning something. Then you need to get ahead of it. Find out what it is before they pull the trigger. I nod. He's right. That afternoon, I drive home. Lisa's car is gone. So is Ethan's. I let myself in, stand in the living room for a moment, listening. Empty. I head upstairs to our bedroom. Lisa's laptop is on the dresser, closed. I open it. No password. She's never been paranoid about security, probably because she never thought I'd snoop. Her email is open. I scroll through. Mostly junk, school stuff, a few exchanges with Keller that make my stomach turn. Then I see it. A draft email in her sent folder dated 3 weeks ago. The recipient list includes a lawyer's name I don't recognize. The subject line, Voluntary Separation Agreement, Draft. I open it. It's a PDF attachment. 10 pages. Legalese that I have to read 3 times to understand. But the gist is clear. Lisa wants a separation. She's claiming irreconcilable differences and concerns regarding Daniel's mental health and stability. The agreement splits everything. The house goes to her. Retirement accounts get divided, but in a way that heavily favors her. I'd get a small monthly stipend, enough to rent a studio somewhere, maybe buy groceries. There's a section about my job. It recommends I voluntarily step down from positions requiring operation of heavy machinery or supervision of public safety due to documented anger issues and erratic behavior. Documented. I scroll back through her emails. Find a thread from 2 months ago. Lisa and Ethan discussing the incident at dinner. I rack my brain. 2 months ago. What incident? Then I remember. We were having dinner, all 4 of us. Ethan made a joke about me being stuck in the past, still talking about the army like it mattered. I got defensive, raised my voice. Lisa stepped in, told me to calm down. I left the table. That's it. That's the incident. They're building a case, slowly, carefully. I keep digging. Another email, this one from Chloe. Subject, Mom, quick question. Hey Mom, are you sure we're doing the right thing? I know Dad can be a pain, but this feels, I don't know, extreme? Lisa's response, trust me, sweetheart. It's for his own good. He's not well. He needs help, and he won't get it on his own. We're not being cruel. We're being responsible. I sit back, read it again. She's convinced them, convinced herself maybe, that I'm the problem. I search for more, find a document folder labeled Legal Separation. Inside, there's another PDF, a form from a mental health clinic. Voluntary Evaluation Request. It's partially filled out. My name, my birth date. A section for referring family members lists Lisa, Ethan, and Chloe. Under Reason for Evaluation, Lisa has written, Subject exhibits signs of PTSD, paranoia, and verbal aggression. Family members feel unsafe. It's not signed yet, not submitted, but it's ready. I close the laptop, lean back against the bed. They're setting me up. Not for prison, not for violence, just for irrelevance. They're going to paint me as unstable, get me sidelined, make me disappear into some quiet little life where I can't bother them. And they'll do it with a smile, with concern, with the full weight of the community's sympathy. Because Lisa is the guidance counselor. Lisa is the one who helps troubled kids. Lisa is the saint, and I'm just the guy who fixes rides. My phone buzzes. Text from Lisa. We need to talk. Are you home? I don't respond. Another buzz, from Chloe this time. Dad, please don't do anything stupid. We all just want to help you. I turn off my phone. Downstairs, I find a stack of mail on the kitchen counter. Bills, mostly. But underneath, there's a glossy invitation. Ocean Kingdom VIP reopening event, June 14th. Join us for an evening of celebration and community. June 14th. That's 6 weeks from now. I flip it over. On the back, in Lisa's handwriting, make sure D signs before this. We'll handle fallout if needed. Fallout. They're planning something for that night. Something public. I sit at the kitchen table, staring at the invitation. A VIP event. Cameras, press, local officials. The perfect stage for a scene. I imagine it. Me, cornered. Maybe provoked. Maybe losing my temper in front of everyone. Video evidence, witnesses, the final nail in the unstable veteran narrative. Lisa wins. I lose, unless. I stand up, walk to the window. The backyard needs mowing. The fence needs fixing. Normal problems. The kind I used to care about. Not anymore. If they want a meltdown, they'll get one. Just not the version they've rehearsed. I grab a notepad from the counter, start writing. Ethan, assistant manager at the park. Wants a promotion. Craves status. Weak point, his reputation. Chloe, social media marketer. Image is everything. Weak point, public perception. Mason, Chloe's fiancé, real estate guy. Needs to look trustworthy. Weak point, credibility. Lisa, guidance counselor. Needs to look morally upright. Weak point, the affair. Keller, principal. Needs to look respectable. Weak point, also the affair. I tap the pen against the paper. They think I'm predictable, boring, harmless, good. Let them think that. I hear a car in the driveway. I shove the notepad into my jacket pocket, head for the door. Lisa walks in, sees me putting on my boots. Daniel, she says, where are you going? Out. We need to talk. Not now. Yes, now. She steps in front of me. You can't just ignore this. Watch me. You're being childish. I stop, look at her. Really look at her. She's dressed for work, hair pulled back, minimal makeup. She looks tired. Good. You think I'm being childish? I ask. You walked out last night without a word. You didn't come home. Ethan's upset. I'm upset. You're upset. I almost laugh. You're screwing your boss, planning to declare me incompetent, and I'm the childish one? You're twisting everything, she says. That video, it's not what you think. Then what is it? It's complicated. Uncomplicated. She hesitates. Greg and I have a friendship, that's all. What you saw was taken out of context. Out of context? I nod. And the separation papers? Her face goes carefully blank. You went through my computer. You left it open. That's a violation of privacy. So is planning to have me declared incompetent. That's not... She stops. Regroups. Daniel, you're not well. You haven't been for a while. We're trying to help you. By screwing me over? By getting you the help you need. She softens her voice, uses the therapist tone. You're angry. I understand that. But you're not thinking clearly. The PTSD... Don't. I cut her off. Don't therapize me. It's not therapy, it's reality. You've been different since you came back from the service. Withdrawn. Defensive. You need professional help. And you and Keller laughing at me on camera? That's helping? That was a private moment. That you showed to our son. He's worried about you. He's laughing at me. Because he's uncomfortable. Because he doesn't know how to process his father's decline. I stare at her. She actually believes this. She's rewritten the whole thing in her head. I'm the problem. She's the solution. I'm leaving, I say. Where? Anywhere that's not here. I push past her, out the door. She calls after me, but I'm already in my truck. I drive aimlessly for a while, end up at a diner on the edge of town. Order coffee I don't drink and pie I don't eat. My phone rings. I turned it back on without thinking. It's Tommy. Yeah, I answer. Hey man, you okay? Fantastic. I found something. Can you come back to the park? What is it? Just come back. You'll want to see this. I pay, drive back. Tommy's waiting in the maintenance office. He's got his phone out. What? I ask. You said your wife has friends in town, right? Yeah. Well, one of her friends is married to a guy I know. And that guy? He's friendly with Mason. Chloe's fiancé? Yeah. Tommy pulls up a photo. Look. It's a blurry shot from a bar. Mason and Principal Keller, sitting in a booth, drinks in front of them, deep in conversation. When was this? I ask. 2 weeks ago. My buddy sent it to me because he thought it was weird. Keller's not usually the type to hang out in bars. I zoom in. Their body language is familiar, comfortable. They know each other, I say. More than that, I think. My buddy overheard them talking about property. Property? Real estate, near the park. Tommy scratches his chin. You think maybe they've got something going on? I think about it. Mason sells real estate. Keller's got clout in the community. Lisa's the moral cover. Yeah, I say. I think they do. Tommy nods. Figured you'd want to know. Thanks. I save the photo, send it to myself. One more piece of the puzzle. I drive home that night. The house is quiet. Lisa's already in bed, door closed. Ethan's light is on, but I don't knock. I go to the basement instead. Pull out an old file box I haven't touched in years. Inside, there's a notebook from my army days. Mission logs, observations. I flip to a blank page in the back. Start writing. Mission, survive. Enemy, family. Objective, make them regret underestimating me. I underline that last part twice. Then I close the notebook, turn off the light, and sit in the dark, listening to my house settle around me. Tomorrow, I start reconnaissance. I stop reacting. I start planning. Because here's what they don't understand. I'm not dangerous when I'm angry. I'm dangerous when I'm calm. And for the first time in months, maybe years, I feel perfectly, coldly, completely calm. The crowd is a living thing. I can feel it shifting, a wave of confusion turning to curiosity, turning to shock. On the screen, Lisa and Keller are laughing, making out. Her voice, loud and clear. Honestly, Greg, I don't know how much longer I can pretend to listen. Ethan's standing on stage, frozen, staring up at himself being erased in real time. Dad? He says into the microphone. His voice cracks. I'm walking toward the stage now. Slow, steady. People part around me. On the screen, the video cuts to a new clip. Mason and Keller in the parking lot. The envelope changing hands. Then a scrolling list of Mason's property deals. Addresses, purchase prices, flip profits, the elderly couple, the widow. Someone in the crowd shouts, "Is that real?" The news camera swings toward me. I don't look at it. Lisa sees me coming. Her face goes white. "Daniel," she says, "what are you—" "Shut it down!" Keller yells at someone. "Turn it off!" But there's no one to turn it off. The control booth is locked, the projector's hidden, and the slideshow is on a loop. The screen cuts again. This time, it's documents. Lisa's incident log, her separation papers, the mental health evaluation request. A woman near the front gasps, "Oh my God!" I reach the stage, climb the steps. Ethan backs away. Dad, don't. I take the microphone out of his hand, gently, like I'm disarming a weapon. Evening, I say into it. The crowd is silent now. 300 people, holding their breath. I know you were all expecting a nice family moment, I say. A speech about legacy and community and all that feel-good bullshit, but I thought you'd appreciate the truth instead. Daniel! Lisa's climbing onto the stage. Keller's right behind her. Stop this right now! Why? You've spent months building a narrative. I figured I'd let everyone see the director's cut. This is insane, Keller says. Is it? I gesture to the screen. Which part? The part where you're taking bribes? Or the part where you're screwing one of your employees? You don't know what you're talking about. Public records say otherwise. Mason's pushing through the crowd now, Chloe on his heels. Jenna's filming everything on her phone. You're ruining everything, Ethan shouts. No, I say calmly. I'm just showing people what you already ruined. He lunges at me. I see it coming a mile away, sloppy, emotional, exactly what I expected. I sidestep, let him stumble past me. He crashes into a speaker stand, which tips over with a screech of feedback. The crowd recoils. Ethan! Lisa screams. He scrambles to his feet, face red, coming at me again. This time I don't move. I just plant my feet and let him run into me like a freight train hitting a wall. We grapple. He swings. Wild, uncontrolled. I block, pivot, use his momentum against him. He goes down, hard, lands in a puddle from the decorative fountain, which I may or may not have sabotaged earlier today. The fountain's hydraulic line bursts on cue. Water explodes outward, drenching Ethan, Lisa, Keller, and half the front row of the crowd. Someone screams. Someone laughs. Everyone's pulling out their phones. Jesus Christ! Mason yells, trying to shield Chloe from the spray. I step back, hands up, making it very clear I'm not the aggressor. Officer Haley shoves through the crowd. What the hell is going on? He attacked me, Ethan sputters, pointing at me. Bullshit, someone in the crowd yells. He tripped. Haley looks at me, then at Ethan, then at the screen, where the slideshow is still playing. Dan, she says, did you do this? Do what? Tell the truth? Turn it off. Can't. It's automatic. Dan, officer, I haven't broken any laws. I didn't assault anyone. I didn't trespass. I didn't hack anything. I just played a video in public at a public event. That video is private, Lisa shrieks. Actually, I say, most of it was recorded in shared spaces, parking lots, work environments, public property, totally legal. Keller's face is purple. You're going to regret this. I already regret 25 years of marriage. This is just damage control. Mason steps onto the stage, dripping. You know how many deals this is going to cost me? Not my problem. I'll sue you into the ground. For what? Showing people public records? Chloe's crying now, mascara running, live stream still going. Dad, how could you? How could I? I laugh. It's not a nice sound. You really want to go there? She flinches. The stage crew has finally managed to cut power to the projector. The screen goes dark, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done. People are talking, arguing, filming. The mayor is trying to salvage something, but nobody's listening. Haley grabs my arm. You're coming with me. Am I under arrest? Not yet, but you're causing a disturbance. I'm standing here. They're the ones who attacked me. She looks at Ethan, soaking wet, still on the ground. Looks at Lisa, mascara smeared, dress clinging to her. Looks at Keller, who's trying very hard to disappear into the crowd. Everybody needs to calm down, she says. Too late for that, I say. And then, because I can't help myself, I turn to the crowd. For the record, I say, loud enough to carry, this is what they call a breakdown. I've been hearing a lot about mine lately. Figured I'd give you all a front row seat. Daniel, stop, Lisa begs. But I'm not stopping. Not yet. See, the thing about breakdowns is they're inconvenient, messy, hard to control, kind of like the truth. This isn't the truth, Ethan yells. You're twisting everything. Am I? I look at him. Tell me, son. When you wrote that incident report about me climbing the Thunder Rapids without authorization, was that the truth, or was it a convenient lie to cover your ass? He doesn't answer. That's what I thought. I turn to Lisa. And you, all those incident logs, all those carefully documented concerns, were you trying to help me, or were you trying to build a case? I was trying to protect you, she says. Her voice is shaking. From what? From yourself. No, you were trying to protect yourself. From me. Because deep down, you knew if I ever figured out what you were doing, it'd be over. You're sick, she whispers. Maybe. But I'm not stupid. Haley's had enough. Okay, that's it. Dan, you're coming with me. Now. I let her lead me off the stage. As we walk, I hear the crowd behind us, voices rising, chaos spreading. Ethan's shouting at someone, Lisa's crying, Mason's on his phone, probably calling his lawyer. The VIP event, such as it was, is officially over. Haley puts me in the back of her cruiser, doesn't cuff me, which is something. You want to tell me what the hell that was? She asks. Performance art. Dan. They set me up. I set them up right back. Seemed fair. She shakes her head. You know this isn't going to end well. It already ended. This is just the epilogue. She drives me to the station, puts me in an interview room, brings me water I don't drink. An hour later, she comes back. Lisa's not pressing charges. Of course she's not. But she did request a restraining order. Good luck with that. Dan, I'm serious. You need to get a lawyer. Already got one. I don't. But I will. She lets me go around midnight. No charges, no arrest. I walk out into the parking lot. The night is cool, clear. The kind of night that makes you think about new beginnings if you're an optimist. I'm not. I get in my truck, drive back to Ocean Kingdom. The park is dark now, empty. I let myself into the maintenance building, sit at my desk. My phone has been buzzing nonstop. Texts, calls, voicemails. I don't check them. Instead, I open my laptop, pull up the files I didn't show tonight, the ones I'm saving for later. Because here's the thing. I'm not done. Not even close. I don't sleep. I sit in the maintenance office and let the night settle around me like a familiar coat. Around 3 a.m., Tommy shows up. He doesn't knock, just walks in, 2 coffees in hand. Figured you'd be here, he says. Nowhere else to go. He hands me a coffee, sits down. That was something tonight. Yeah. You know half the town's talking about it, right? It's all over social media. Good. Lisa's getting destroyed online. People are calling her a hypocrite. Keller's already been put on administrative leave. I take a sip. The coffee's terrible. Perfect. What about Mason? I ask. His office got flooded with angry calls. Apparently 3 of his clients pulled out of deals overnight. And Ethan? Tommy hesitates. He's claiming you assaulted him. He ran at me. I know, there's like 50 videos proving it, but he's still saying it. Of course he is. We sit in silence for a while. So what now? Tommy asks. Now I wait. For what? For them to make their next move. Tommy shakes his head. Man, I don't know if you're brave or crazy. Little of both. He leaves around 4. I stay. At sunrise, I get a text from Chloe. Just 2 words. Call me. I don't. Instead, I drive to a diner on the edge of town, order breakfast I don't eat, watch the morning news on the TV above the counter. The VIP event is the lead story. They show clips from Jenna's live stream, Lisa's face, the fountain exploding, me walking off stage with Haley. The anchor calls it a shocking disruption at a local community event. The woman next to me at the counter mutters, "Good for him." I pay and leave. When I get back to the park, there's a car in the lot I don't recognize. A silver sedan. Expensive. Chloe's leaning against it. We need to talk, she says. I'm busy. Dad, please. I stop. Look at her. She's not in her usual polished outfit. Jeans, t-shirt, hair in a messy ponytail, no makeup. 5 minutes, I say. She follows me into the maintenance building. I sit at my desk. She stands. That was cruel, she says. So is planning to have your father declared incompetent. We weren't. She stops, tries again. Okay, yes. Mom was talking about it. But it was because we were worried. You're lying. I'm not. Chloe, I've read the emails. I've seen the files. I know exactly what you were planning. Her jaw tightens. Fine. You're right. We were. But do you blame us? You've been acting crazy for months. I've been acting exactly how someone would act when their family is conspiring against them. We were trying to help. By setting me up? By mocking me? By planning to take everything I've worked for? You weren't using it anyway, she snaps. Then immediately looks like she regrets it. There it is, I say quietly. Dad. No, you're right. I wasn't using it. I was too busy being the punchline, the doormat, the guy who fixes shit and keeps his mouth shut. That's not... But here's the thing, Chloe. I'm done. Done being nice. Done being understanding. Done pretending this family is anything other than a group of people who tolerate me because it's easier than the alternative. She's crying now. You're my dad. And you're my daughter. Doesn't mean much, apparently. I didn't want this. Any of it. I told Mom it was too much. But you went along with it. Because I didn't know what else to do. You could have talked to me. Would you have listened? I don't answer. Because honestly, I don't know. She wipes her eyes. I came here to make a deal. A deal. I have recordings from the planning meetings. Mom and Mason and Ethan talking about the event, about you, things that didn't make it into your little slideshow. I lean back. Why would you record them? Because I'm not stupid. I knew if this went bad, I needed insurance. So you were hedging your bets. Yes. And now you want to trade. Give me the recordings in exchange for... What? Leave me out of it. Don't drag me into whatever you're planning next. I study her. She's scared, desperate, and completely self-serving. I'll think about it, I say. Dad, that's the best you're getting. Now get out. She hesitates, then leaves. I sit there, thinking. Chloe just handed me leverage, probably without meaning to. Because if she has recordings and she's willing to give them to me, it means they're damaging. And if they're damaging, I can use them. But more importantly, it means she doesn't trust them, which means the cracks are already forming. Good. Around noon, my phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Yeah. Mr. Harlan? A woman's voice. Professional. This is Dr. Sharon Patel. I'm a licensed therapist. Your wife asked me to reach out. Did she? She's concerned about your mental health. She mentioned some recent incidents. She mentioned a lot of things, I'm sure. I'd like to schedule an evaluation, completely voluntary, just to talk. I'm not interested. Mr. Harlan, I understand you're going through a difficult time. Do you? Do you understand that my wife is trying to have me declared incompetent so she can steal everything I own? Silence. I see, Dr. Patel says carefully. That must be very distressing. Save it. I'm not playing this game. I hang up. 10 minutes later, Lisa calls. You hung up on Dr. Patel, she says. Gold star for observation. Daniel, she's trying to help. No, she's trying to build your case. That's not... Lisa, I'm done talking to you. If you want to communicate, do it through a lawyer. I don't want to lawyer up. I want to fix this. There's nothing to fix. You broke it. Now you get to live with it. Please? I hang up. That afternoon, I get a visit from a process server. He hands me an envelope. Restraining order, temporary, hearing scheduled for next week. Lisa's claiming I'm a danger to her and the kids. I read it twice, then file it with the rest of my paperwork. It doesn't matter. I'm not planning to go near her anyway. That night, Chloe texts me. I'll bring the recordings tomorrow. Where do you want to meet? I think about it. Decide on neutral ground. The diner on Route 9, noon. Okay. The next day, I'm there early. Sit in a booth in the back, order coffee. Chloe shows up at 12:15. She's got a flash drive in her hand. Here, she says, sliding it across the table. I pick it up. What's on it? Everything, planning meetings, conversations about the separation, the mental health strategy, all of it. And you just happened to record all this? I told you. I needed insurance. Against what? Against Mom, against Mason, against all of them. I knew if things went sideways, I'd be the one blamed. Smart. I'm not proud of it. You shouldn't be. She flinches. Are we good now? Define good. Are you going to leave me out of whatever comes next? I pocket the flash drive. I'll consider it. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. She stands. For what it's worth, I am sorry. About all of it. You're sorry you got caught. Maybe. But I'm still sorry. She leaves. I sit there, turning the flash drive over in my fingers. I don't trust her, not even a little. But I'll use what she's given me, because that's what you do when you're at war. You take every weapon you can get. That night, I go through the recordings. It takes hours. There are 6 files. Each one is worse than the last. Mason and Lisa laughing about my inevitable breakdown. Ethan saying he wished I'd just do something drastic so we can be done with this. Keller suggesting they could fast-track my evaluation if necessary. And at the end, a conversation between Lisa and Chloe. Chloe, are you sure this is the right thing? Lisa, he's not well, you've seen it. The paranoia, the anger, he needs help. Chloe, but what if he's not actually sick? What if we're just, I don't know, imagining it? Lisa, we're not imagining it. Trust me, I've been living with him for 25 years. I know when something's wrong. Chloe, okay, if you say so. Lisa, I do. And when this is over, we'll all be better off, him included. I stop the recording. Sit in the dark. They genuinely believe they're helping me. That's the worst part. They're not mustache-twirling villains. They're not evil. They're just people who decided I was broken. And once they decided that, everything I did just confirmed it. The next morning, I copy the files onto 3 separate drives. Mail one to a P.O. box I rented under a fake name. Hide one in a storage unit across town. Keep one on me. Then I start planning phase 2, because the VIP event was just the opening salvo. I'm not done burning their world down, not by a long shot. The restraining order hearing is scheduled for Thursday. I spend the 3 days leading up to it gathering everything I need. I rent a cheap suit from a place that smells like mothballs and desperation. Print out copies of every document, every email, every recording. Organize them into a binder that's 2 inches thick. I don't hire a lawyer, can't afford one, and honestly, I don't trust them anyway. Thursday morning, I drive to the courthouse. It's a brick building that looks like it was built in the 70s and hasn't been updated since. The parking lot is full. I have to circle twice before I find a spot. Inside, the air conditioning is broken. It's stuffy, smells like old carpet and sweat. I check the docket. My case is 3rd on the list. I sit on a bench in the hallway and wait. Lisa shows up 10 minutes later. She's got a lawyer with her, a woman in a sharp suit carrying a briefcase that probably costs more than my truck. Lisa sees me, looks away quickly. Her lawyer doesn't. She walks over. Mr. Harlan? That's me. I'm Amanda Reese. I'm representing Mrs. Harlan. Good for you. I'd like to discuss the possibility of a settlement. Not interested. Mr. Harlan, a restraining order is serious. It could affect your employment, your housing. Then maybe your client shouldn't have filed a false one. It's not false. Mrs. Harlan has legitimate concerns. Mrs. Harlan is a liar, and I've got the receipts to prove it. Amanda's smile doesn't waver. We'll see what the judge says. She walks back to Lisa. They talk in low voices. I wait. Around 10:30, they call my case. We file into a small courtroom. The judge is a woman in her 60s, gray hair pulled back in a bun, reading glasses perched on her nose. This is a hearing for a temporary restraining order, she says. Mrs. Harlan, you filed the petition. Please state your case. Amanda stands. Your Honor, my client is seeking protection from her husband, Daniel Harlan. Over the past several months, Mr. Harlan has exhibited increasingly erratic and concerning behavior. He has made threatening statements, engaged in confrontational behavior, and most recently, orchestrated a public attack on my client's reputation at a community event. Public attack? The judge asks. He aired private, personal information in front of hundreds of people, videos, documents. It was calculated to humiliate and intimidate. The judge looks at me. Mr. Harlan, do you have representation? No, Your Honor, representing myself. She sighs. Do you dispute Mrs. Harlan's claims? Every single one. Go ahead. I stand, open my binder. Your Honor, my wife is asking for a restraining order based on false claims. She says I've been erratic and threatening. But the truth is, she and her family have been planning to have me declared incompetent for months so they can take control of my assets. Amanda cuts in. Your Honor, this is paranoid. Let him finish, the judge says. I pull out the first document. This is a draft separation agreement, filed 3 weeks before I was even aware we were having problems. It divides all assets heavily in her favor and recommends I step down from my job due to mental health concerns. I hand it to the bailiff, who passes it to the judge. This is an incident log, I continue, pulling out another document. Mrs. Harlan has been keeping track of every time I've done anything she considers concerning. Most of these incidents are completely benign, raising my voice, coming home late, skipping a party, but she's framing them as evidence of instability. I hand over that one too. And this, I say, holding up a flash drive, contains audio recordings of Mrs. Harlan and her family discussing their plan to manipulate me into a public breakdown so they could justify having me evaluated against my will. The judge looks at Amanda. Is this true? Your Honor, my client has been genuinely concerned about her husband's mental health. She's been trying to get him help. By setting him up? I interrupt. By mocking him? By planning to steal everything he owns? That's not what happened. Then explain the recordings. Amanda hesitates. The judge holds up a hand. I'll listen to the recordings in chambers. In the meantime, Mr. Harlan, you claim the information you aired at the community event was accurate? Every word. And you have proof? Yes, Your Honor. Public records, video evidence, all legally obtained. Mrs. Harlan, do you dispute the accuracy of the information? Lisa looks at Amanda. Amanda looks at the judge. Your Honor, even if the information was technically accurate, the manner in which it was presented was deliberately cruel and intended to cause harm. Cruel, maybe, I say, but not illegal. The judge leans back. Mr. Harlan, did you threaten your wife or children? No, Your Honor. Did you make any physical contact with them? My son tackled me. I defended myself. There are dozens of videos that prove it. Have you contacted Mrs. Harlan since the event? No, Your Honor. She's called me. I haven't answered. The judge looks at Lisa. Mrs. Harlan, has Mr. Harlan contacted you? Lisa shakes her head. No. Has he come to your home? No. Has he made any threats? Not directly. What does that mean? Amanda steps in. Your Honor, Mr. Harlan's behavior at the event was threatening in itself. He humiliated my client in front of hundreds of people. That's a form of harassment. But not illegal, the judge says. and not grounds for a restraining order unless there's a credible threat of harm. She looks at me. Mr. Harlan, do you intend to harm your wife or children? No, Your Honor. Do you intend to contact them? Only through legal channels. Do you intend to return to the family home? Not unless ordered to by a court. The judge nods. Then I'm denying the restraining order. Mrs. Harlan, if Mr. Harlan contacts you or comes to your home, you can refile. But based on the evidence presented, I don't see a credible threat. Amanda looks stunned. Your Honor, my decision is final. This hearing is adjourned. She bangs the gavel. I gather my papers. Don't look at Lisa. Outside, Amanda catches up to me. You got lucky today. Wasn't luck, was truth. This isn't over, Mr. Harlan. I know. She walks away. Lisa's standing by her car, crying. I don't stop. I drive back to Ocean Kingdom, park in my usual spot, sit there for a moment letting it sink in. I won. Not the war, but the battle. Tommy finds me an hour later. Heard you got the restraining order tossed. Word travels fast. Small town. He grins. Congrats, man. Thanks. So what now? Now I finish what I started. That night I go through the recordings again. There's one conversation I didn't play at the VIP event, one I've been saving. It's Lisa and Mason, no one else. Mason. So when this is done, the properties are mine, right? Lisa. That's the deal. Mason. And you're sure Dan won't contest it? Lisa. He won't have grounds. Once he's declared incompetent, I'll have power of attorney. I can sell whatever I want. Mason. Perfect, because I've got buyers lined up. We're talking mid-six figures once I flip them. Lisa. Just make sure Keller keeps the zoning board happy. Mason. Already handled. He's getting his cut. I stop the recording. There it is. They're not just setting me up. They're committing fraud, or close enough to it. I save the file, make another copy, then I start drafting an email. To Mason Reed and Associates. From anonymous subject. Thought you'd want to know attached is a recording that might interest you. Or rather, your clients, and the local news, and the district attorney. Have a nice day. I attach the audio file, hit send. Then I do the same for Keller. To Keller, Principal, Westfield High School. From anonymous subject. Regarding your recent business dealings, see attached. I'm sure the school board will find it fascinating. Send. Then one more. To Ethan Harlan, Ocean Kingdom. From email protected. Subject, incident report follow-up. Hey Ethan, remember that write-up you filed about me? The one where you said I acted recklessly? Funny thing, I pulled the surveillance footage from that day. Turns out you ignored my maintenance recommendation. You overrode the safety shutdown. And when the ride failed, you froze. I've sent copies to park management. And OSHA, good luck with that promotion. Dad send. I sit back. Look at the screen. 3 emails. 3 grenades. I don't know what'll happen. Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. But I've done what I set out to do. I've given them the meltdown they wanted, just not the one they rehearsed. The next morning, I wake up to my phone buzzing non-stop. Voicemails, texts, missed calls. I don't listen to any of them. Instead, I get dressed, drive to the diner, order breakfast. The TV above the counter is showing the local news. Breaking news. Principal of Westfield High School placed on leave amid bribery allegations. I smile into my coffee. Around 9 a.m., Tommy calls. Dude, what did you do? What do you mean? Mason's office is closed. There's a sign on the door that says temporarily unavailable, and Keller's been fired. Huh. Interesting. And Ethan just got suspended from work, pending an investigation. Really? Dan, did you... I didn't do anything illegal. But you did something. I told the truth. That's all. Tommy laughs. Man, you're a lunatic. Yeah, probably. I hang up. At noon, Chloe calls. What did you do? She asks. Same question as Tommy, different tone. What I had to. Mason's losing his business. Keller's been fired. Ethan's suspended. She stops. Mom's falling apart. Good. Dad, this is too much. Is it? Because I'm just getting started. Silence. What do you want from me? She asks finally. Nothing. I don't need anything from you anymore. I gave you those recordings to help you, not to destroy everyone. You gave me those recordings to save yourself. Don't pretend it was altruism. She stops, tries again. I didn't think you'd go this far. Then you don't know me at all. I hang up. That afternoon, I get a call from Officer Haley. Dan, she says, we need to talk. About? There have been complaints, people saying you're harassing them. I haven't contacted anyone. Anonymous emails? Anonymous means you can't prove who sent them. She sighs. Dan, I'm trying to help you. I don't need help. You're making enemies. Powerful ones. They made an enemy first. This won't end well. It already ended. This is just the cleanup. She doesn't respond for a moment, then, be careful. Always am. I hang up. That night, I sit in the maintenance office and think about what's next. Mason's business is crumbling. Keller's career is over. Ethan's reputation is shot. Lisa's credibility is in the toilet. I've won. But it doesn't feel like winning. It feels like standing in the wreckage of something that used to matter. My phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. We need to talk. Meet me at the park. Midnight. Lisa. I stare at the message. Part of me wants to ignore it, delete it, pretend it doesn't exist. But I can't. Because this is what I've been working toward. The final confrontation. I text back, see you there? Then I wait. Midnight at Ocean Kingdom is a different world. The rides are silent, their shapes looming like sleeping giants against the night sky. The lights are off except for the security floods near the main gate. The air smells like salt water and fried food grease. I'm sitting on a bench near the carousel when I see her. Lisa walks slowly across the empty midway. She's in jeans and a hoodie, hair pulled back, no makeup. She looks small, tired. She stops a few feet away. Thanks for coming. What do you want? To talk. We've done plenty of that. Not like this, not honestly. I laugh. Can't help it. Honestly, that's rich coming from you. She flinches but doesn't leave. Can I sit? I shrug. She sits on the other end of the bench. We're both facing the carousel. It's easier than looking at each other. I didn't mean for things to go this far, she says. Sure you did. No, I didn't. I wanted out. I wanted a clean break. I didn't want to hurt you. You just wanted to destroy my reputation, take my money, and have me declared incompetent. But you didn't want to hurt me. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? She's quiet for a long time. When she speaks, her voice is small. You stopped being there, years ago. You stopped being present, stopped caring. I was working. You were hiding, behind your job, behind your routines, behind this wall you built around yourself. And you were screwing your boss. That was later, after I'd already given up. How noble. I'm not saying I was right. I'm saying I was lonely. I turned to look at her. Really look at her. You want me to feel sorry for you? No. I want you to understand. I understand plenty. You were bored, unfulfilled. So instead of talking to me, you decided to blow up my life. You're not innocent in this. I never claimed to be. But I didn't plot against you. I didn't mock you. I didn't try to steal from you. You humiliated me. You earned it. She looks away. This is pointless. Then why are you here? Because I want it to stop. The emails, the leaks, whatever else you're planning. I'm not planning anything else. Liar. I smile. Takes one to know one. She stands. I came here to try to make peace, to find some way to end this without more damage. But you're not interested. You're right, I'm not. Why? What do you get out of this? Revenge? Is that worth destroying your family? My family destroyed itself. I'm just making sure everyone knows it. The kids are adults. They made their choices. Ethan's devastated. He's been crying for 2 days. Good. Maybe he'll learn something. Chloe won't talk to me. She thinks I manipulated her. You did. Mason's threatening to sue me. He says I cost him everything. Also your fault. And what about you? She snaps. What did you lose? Your pride? Your dignity? You threw those away yourself when you decided to air our dirty laundry in public. I threw them away? I stand too. I spent 25 years trying to be the person you needed, the provider, the fixer, the guy who kept everything running while you and the kids took me for granted. And when I finally pushed back, you decided I was the problem. You are the problem. No, I'm the consequence. We stand there, 10 feet apart, breathing hard. I hate you, she says quietly. I know. I wish I'd never married you. Join the club. She turns to leave. Lisa, I say. She stops, doesn't turn around. I want a divorce. No games, no lawyers trying to screw me. Just a clean split. You keep the house, I keep my retirement. We divide the rest evenly. And if I say no? Then I keep going. I've got more recordings, more emails, more dirt, enough to make sure you never work in this town again. She turns. Her face is hard. You'd do that? Even to me? Especially to you. She stares at me, then nods once. Fine, I'll have my lawyer draw up papers. Good. She walks away. I watch until she disappears into the shadows. Then I sit back down on the bench. I feel empty, not victorious, not satisfied, just hollow. I thought this would feel different, better maybe, like I'd won something that mattered, but all I feel is tired. The next morning, I get a call from management. They want to see me. I drive to the administrative building, a glorified trailer park behind the main gates. The HR director, a woman named Sandra, is waiting in her office. Dan, have a seat. I sit. We need to talk about your future here. Okay. There have been incidents, the VIP event, the emails, the negative attention. It's not good for the park. I haven't done anything wrong. Maybe not legally, but perception matters, and right now, you're a liability. There's that word again. So you're firing me, I say. We're offering you a buyout, 3-month severance, good references, a clean exit. And if I say no, then we'll have to consider other options. I lean back. Look at her. She's uncomfortable. Probably hates this conversation. Fine, I say. I'll take the buyout. She looks relieved. Great. I'll have the paperwork ready by end of day. One condition. What? Ethan gets fired too. Dan, he falsified an incident report. He ignored safety protocols. He's a liability. Your words, not mine. She hesitates. I'll bring it to the board. You do that. I leave. By the end of the week, I'm officially unemployed. Ethan is too. Chloe's engagement is off. Mason called it off, blaming her for enabling her father's psychotic behavior. Lisa filed for divorce. No contest. Clean split, just like we agreed. Keller's under investigation by the district attorney. Mason's real estate license is suspended pending review. And me? I'm sitting in a motel room on the edge of town, eating takeout and watching reruns of old westerns. I've got nowhere to be. No job, no family. Just a pile of money from the buyout and a truck that still runs. It's not freedom, exactly, but it's something. Tommy calls. Hey man, heard you're leaving. Yeah. Where you going? Don't know yet. You need anything? Nah, I'm good. Dan? Thanks, Tommy. For everything. I hang up before he can say more. That night I pack up the motel room. It doesn't take long. I don't have much. I load the truck, check the oil, fill the tank, and then I drive. Out of town, past the ocean, into the flat, empty stretches of highway that go nowhere and everywhere at once. I don't have a plan. I don't need one. Because for the first time in years, maybe decades, I'm not fixing anything. I'm not solving anything. I'm not being useful. I'm just driving. And that's enough. 2 days on the road, cheap motels, gas station coffee, miles of empty highway. I'm somewhere in the Midwest when my phone rings. I almost don't answer. But it's Tommy. Yeah? I say. Dan, you need to come back. Why? It's Ethan. He's in the hospital. I grip the wheel. What happened? Overdose. Pills. They found him yesterday. My stomach drops. He's alive. But it's bad. They've got him sedated. Where's Lisa? At the hospital. She's been calling you. I glance at my phone. 17 missed calls. 10 voicemails. Shit. Dan, I know things are complicated, but this is your kid. I know. So are you coming back? I look at the road ahead. Flat. Empty. Easy to keep driving. Yeah, I say. I'm coming back. I turn the truck around. The drive back takes 16 hours. I stop once for gas and coffee. Don't sleep. By the time I reach the hospital, it's late afternoon. The parking lot is full. I have to circle twice before I find a spot. Inside, the air smells like antiseptic and despair. I find Lisa in the waiting room. She's curled up in a chair, arms wrapped around herself. When she sees me, she stands. Daniel. How is he? Stable. They're keeping him sedated for now. They said if Tommy hadn't found him when he did. She doesn't finish. Can I see him? I ask. She nods. We walk to his room. It's small, sterile. Ethan's in the bed, tubes and wires everywhere. His face is pale, slack. I stand in the doorway, staring. Lisa's behind me. He left a note. I don't ask. She hands it to me anyway. It's on a torn piece of notebook paper, handwriting shaky. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. I ruined everything. I don't deserve to be here. I fold it, hand it back. This isn't my fault. I didn't say it was. You're thinking it. I'm thinking a lot of things right now. We stand there in silence. A doctor appears. Young guy, tired eyes. Are you family? I'm his father, I say. He's stable. The next 48 hours are critical, but we're optimistic. When can he go home? That depends. We'll need a psychiatric evaluation before discharge. Standard protocol for overdoses. I nod. The doctor leaves. I should have seen it, Lisa says quietly. I should have known. You were busy. Don't. Don't what? Don't make this about us. This is about Ethan. Everything's about us. That's the problem. She looks at me. Do you blame me? For what? For Ethan? For this? I gesture to the hospital room. Yeah, I do. But I blame me too. And him. And the whole goddamn mess we made. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Neither did I. She wipes her eyes. What do we do now? We wait. We see if he wakes up. And we figure out what comes next. Together? I don't answer. Over the next 2 days, I camp out in the waiting room. Lisa's there too, but we don't talk much. Chloe shows up on day 2, looking wrecked. Is he okay? She asks. He's alive, I say. Can I see him? Yeah. She goes in, stays for an hour, comes out crying. This is my fault, she says. It's everyone's fault, I say. I gave you those recordings. I shouldn't have. You made a choice. So did I. So did he. We're all guilty. She sits down next to me. I'm sorry. For what? For everything. I don't respond. On day 3, Ethan wakes up. Lisa's with him when it happens. I'm in the hallway getting coffee from a vending machine when she comes out. He's awake, she says. I follow her in. Ethan's eyes are open. Barely. He looks at me, then away. Hey, I say. He doesn't respond. How are you feeling? Lisa asks. Tired. His voice is raspy, weak. The doctor comes in, checks vitals, asks questions. Ethan answers in monosyllables. When the doctor leaves, Lisa tries to talk to him. He doesn't respond. She leaves too. I'll give you a minute, she says. I sit down in the chair next to his bed. You scared the hell out of everyone, I say. He doesn't look at me. You want to tell me why? Does it matter? Yeah, it does. He's quiet for a long time. Then, I couldn't take it anymore. The job, Mom, Mason, you, all of it. I just wanted it to stop. I wanted to disappear. Same thing. He finally looks at me. You hate me. No. You should. I helped Mom. I lied about you. I laughed at you. I know. And you still don't hate me? I hate what you did. I don't hate you. Why not? Because you're my son, and because I know what it's like to feel trapped. He closes his eyes. I'm sorry. I know. I don't expect you to forgive me. Good, because I don't know if I can. He nods. Fair. We sit in silence for a while. What happens now? He asks. You get better. You figure out what you want. You try to do better. And you? I don't know yet. Are you leaving again? Probably. I don't blame you. I stand. Get some rest. Dad? I stop. I didn't mean it. The things I said, about you being a liability, about wishing you'd just go away. You meant it at the time. Maybe, but I don't now. I nod. I'll be around for a few more days. After that, I don't know. I leave before he can say more. In the hallway, Lisa's waiting. How is he? She asks. Alive, talking. That's something. Are you staying? For now. And then? I don't know. Daniel. Lisa, I can't do this right now. Do what? Figure us out. Figure out what comes next. I don't have the energy. She nods. Okay. That night, I drive back to the motel, sit on the bed, stare at the wall. My phone buzzes. Text from Chloe. Thank you for staying. I don't respond. Another buzz. This time from Tommy. Heard Ethan's awake. That's good. I text back. Yeah. I lie down, close my eyes, but I don't sleep because I can't stop thinking about Ethan's note. I ruined everything. And the worst part is, I know exactly how he feels.